Good day, class. Thank you for tuning on, and I welcome you again to Metric Hub. Uh, just check on the board there. I'm just bringing to you possible essays, business studies, section C. You know that in section C, you are given two questions and you are asked or you are expected to answer one question. Like I have already said again in the part A or section A of our question paper, I mentioned that make sure that you don't answer the questions, all of them. You answer exactly the question that you want or the question that you know the best. So what I'm saying is that please note that this if you don't answer in the order or if you don't answer the way the instruction per section specifies, you will be penalized. They will mark only the first question. So make sure that if you are going to do or if you prefer to answer question number 6, you need to make sure that you indicate that. So check here, one key thing that I'm saying you should do, you must clearly indicate the question number of the chosen question. Clearly indicate the question number of the chosen question, and the answer to the question must start on a new page. The answer to the question must start on the new page, bearing in mind that this is the last section of what? Of the entire paper. So I'm saying you indicate the question number of the question that you are answering, and the answer must start on a new page. So I'm just going to start here now on section, question number 5. These are possible essays on question 1 that I've just thought to say, let's analyze them together as a class. So check here. Uh, Question number 5 is business environment and business strategies. Question number 5 is normally business environment and business strategies. As you can see, it is business environment or business strategies that you can see there on the board. So what happens there is that you need to understand there is a contextual background that is given there. Like for instance, successful businesses implement the strategic management process to improve internal operations. Porter's five forces model enables businesses to analyze their position in the market. Some businesses use intensive and diversification strategies to deal with challenges posed by the business environment. So the question is saying, write an essay on business strategies in which you write an essay uh, on business strategies in which you include the following aspects. Write an essay on business strategies in which you include the following aspects. A. Outline strategic management process. That is A. Outline strategic management process. B. Explain how businesses could apply the following forces of Porter's five forces model to analyze their position in a market environment. So the factors on Porter's five forces model that you are supposed to look at include power of bias, B, the competitive rivalry, and question as part C of the question, discuss three types of intensive strategies. Discuss three types of intensive strategies. And then part D of the essay is saying advise businesses on advantages of what? Of diversification. Advise businesses on advantages of diversification. So let's go to the question. The introduction, it is saying you must talk about what? Write an essay on business strategies in which you include the following aspects outlining the strategic management process. So on your introduction, you should just write introduction, and then you start by identifying or outlining the strategic management process that it allows businesses to develop a turnaround strategy to enhance or improve their operations. A critical analysis of Porter's five forces model requires businesses to conduct a continuous research on latest developments in the market, The effective implementation of intensive strategies enables business to gain a competitive advantage in the market. And also, diversification strategies provide growth opportunities for businesses as they can identify the strengths and weaknesses of each product line. And then you can just choose any of those. So what I'm saying is, amongst the different items that I've mentioned there or that are quoted on the introduction there, you can choose any one of them. You can choose any one of them where you can either start by explaining the strategic management process, or you can talk about a critical analysis of Porter's five forces model, and also you can maybe also explain the diversification strategies, how they provide growth for businesses as they can identify the strengths and weaknesses of their product line. So that is any of those introduction can be what can be of good uh introduction to what to your essay. So the question is saying explain the strategic management process. Strategic management process, one option we are saying you need to explain that have a clear vision, mission statement, measurable or realistic objective in place. Strategic management process, it also enables identifying opportunities, weaknesses, threats by conducting environmental scanning or situational analysis, where tools that can be used or tools available for environmental analysis or environmental scanning may include SWOT analysis, they may include Porter's five forces model, they can also be Pastel analysis or industrial analysis tools. So still on that, it is also important that business, they also formulate alternative strategies to respond to their challenges, which we can say develop uh, an action plan, including the tasks to be done, deadlines to be met, or resources to be procured, resources to be bought. Therefore, businesses implement selected strategies by communicating that strategy to all the stakeholders or organizing business resources, and as well as motivating the staff. Continually, you need to understand that in strategic management, there is also evaluation or monitoring, and as well as measurement or measuring the strategies in order to take corrective action. Therefore, you can understand that as to say that is strategic management process. So strategic management process, it looks into the clarity of the vision. It looks into the clarity of the mission statement, as well as how realistic are the objectives which are in place are. And then identifying also the strengths and weaknesses, which can be done through the what? Through various environmental analysis techniques, which are as the ones that I've mentioned there, the SWOT analysis, the Porter five forces model, Pastel analysis, and then also identify alternative strategies that can be suitable to meet or to respond to various challenges the business is working towards. uh, those can also be the various things to explain, or else you can review analysis or re-examine their vision in terms of the mission statement of the business. So what we are saying is that in the strategic management process, businesses can analyze or can review or re-examine their vision or mission statement based on how they are meeting the expected or how they are meeting the expectations or appealing to their stakeholders. So in that regard, they can as well conduct an environmental analysis using models such as the one that are on the board there. Of course, we talk about formulating a strategy such as defensive retrenchment or any other strategy that can be put in place, then implement a strategy using a template such as an action plan. When strategies are to be implemented, there must be an action plan, which is actually a blueprint that identifies and explains and gives a narrative on how the plans or how the strategy is going to be to be implemented. And again, the business in terms of strategic management, there must be controls which are there in place as a result of evaluation and monitoring of how the strategy is to be implemented, identifying the gaps and deviations in the implementation process, whereas at the same time again, corrective action must be taken in terms of how to ensuring the achievement of the goals and objectives of the business. That is how the strategic management process must be explained. So now second part of the question is saying explain the application of Porter's five forces model in terms of the power of the buyers. How Porter's five forces model relates to power of buyers. So in that respect, we need to understand that the power of buyers, it is therefore in the place of the business to assess how easy it is for buyers or customers to drive prices of to drive or to influence the price of their products. In that regard, they need to determine the number of buyers, the importance of each buyer to the business, and the cost of switching to other products that the customers may face. And in that respect, again, few powerful buyers are often able to dictate their terms to the businesses. Some buyers have got the capacity to dictate their terms to the businesses. Therefore, buyers buying in bulk can bargain for prices in their favor. In any business, we are saying where buyers can be able to dictate, it is a situation where we have got buyers defining the prices of the product because they've got a notch which is because of their bulk buying. As a result of that, they would have a great bargaining space that could, at the end of the day, influence the price of the products to go down. So if buyers can do without the business products, then they can have more power to determine their prices, also the terms of sales. We are saying power of buyers. If buyers or customers can be able to survive without the product that the business is offering, therefore it identifies to the business that those customers have more power or have more bargaining power or more control in determination of prices of their products. And then conduct market research to gather more information about buyers and customers. That is very important. Businesses must conduct a market research in order to determine or to gather more information about the buyers or the customer influence of their products. And then another question was saying, explain Porter's five forces model in terms of power of competitors or competitive rivalry. So, power of competitors, when competitors are there who are selling the same or similar products or services, may have a greater impact on the market of a business. Availability or presence of competitors who are selling the same products or similar products or services in a business operation or in a business environment where a similar business is operating, it actually have a greater negative impact on the marketing of that business products. If competitors have a unique product or a service, then they will have greater power. Let's take note of these points. If competitors have unique products or services, then they will have greater power, and then a business with many competitors in the same market has very little power in their market. When competition is very strong, it means that business have little power or have got little influence in that market. Therefore, some businesses have the necessary resources to start a price war and to continue selling at a loss until some or all competitors leave the market. So the effect of buyers is effect of competitors is therefore very important, because if competitors have too much strength, which it is having or which the business is having as a result of abundance of resources, it means that those businesses can be able to be eliminated out of the market. They will be forced to move out of the market because of price wars, where similar or such businesses or cut the prices of their products in order to ensure that competitors may not be able to endure such suffocation when it comes to pricing of the products. So competitors using various pricing and marketing strategies are likely to have power over their businesses. So these strategies of pricing or marketing strategies, they are actually obtained in a way by businesses when they do enough market research. When they do enough market research, businesses can be able to understand their pricing and marketing strategies in their space. So therefore, that is how the power of competitors or competitive rivalry can be, according to Porter's five forces model, can affect the market environment of a business. And then let's look on types of intensive strategies, because the business a question also identifies to say, explain some types of what of intensive strategies. Intensive strategies: market penetration. One, new product penetrate an existing market at a low price until it is well known to the customers, and then the price increases. Then businesses focus on selling existing products into existing markets to increase their market share. Market share is to say how much market do they have, how much customers are willing to buy or are willing to spend within that products or within that business product range. So aggressive marketing campaigns such as lowering or reducing prices are used to attract potential and existing clients. In business or in any kind of market environment, businesses can do aggressive marketing campaigns by reducing their prices or lowering their products. So therefore, such measures can be able to attract what potential and existing clients, and then embark on intensive advertising campaigns to increase awareness and customer loyalty. Then in market penetration, businesses can also employ more sales staff to improve what? To improve sales or what? Or services that are offered by the business. We can also have market development as another intensive strategy. Market development, it is a growth strategy where businesses aim to sell their existing products in new markets. Market development, existing products are tried to be sold in what? In new markets. So businesses target consumers in potential market are identified, and then business target such potential customers that is outside of its normal target market, that are increasing sales of existing products by finding new ways to develop new markets. In terms of market development, businesses may increase the sales of existing products by finding new ways to develop new markets. And then prices are restructured, reviewed to cater for customers. Consumers of all income levels are also taken into account by putting price what? We are saying price structuring or reviewing to cater for customers of of various income levels. And then still on intensive strategies, there is also product development. It's an intensive strategy. Product development, it is a growth strategy where businesses aim to introduce new products into existing markets, or they modify an existing product. An existing product is modified. So businesses generate new ideas, or they develop new products, new services, which can be for what? For existing or current markets. Businesses conduct test marketing or market research to establish whether new products will be accepted by customers which are existing. And at the same time, we have got new products which may be different or of high quality than those of competitors. New product that may be different because of high quality than those of competitors can be a way of product development. So in that case, you should understand that you can just have to have at least the strategy, and then you have to discuss it. Then you get a maximum of 4 points. Advantage of diversification. The question wants you to explain the advantages of diversification. Diversification increases, it increases sales and business growth. Sales, as we have said, that sales can increase because of diversification and then business growth. It improves the business brand and image. Diversification helps to increase business brand and what and image. It reduces the risk of relying only on one product for sales or revenue. By diversifying, business cannot concentrate uh, heavily on one product on sales or its income, and then more products can be sold to existing customers, and additional more new markets can be established because of what? Because of diversification. Additional new markets can be established. Businesses gain more technological capabilities through product modification. Businesses gain more technological capabilities through product what? Modification. That is another advantage of what? Of diversification. And then diversification into a number of several industries or product lines can help create balance during economic fluctuations. Economic fluctuations, that is times of business, different business performances. So diversifying into a number of several industries or product lines, they actually create a balance when economic performances are what? Are not stable. So business produce more output using less inputs, as one factory may be used to manufacture more what? More products. As you can see, these can also be advantages of what? Of diversification. There can be advantages of diversification. And then conclusion, obviously, remember that you are writing an essay. So you need to understand that in your essay, you must discuss it, and then you must also be able to identify the key points, which we are saying businesses should always assess their strategic management process to be able to respond effectively to new trends in the market. The correct application of Porter's five forces model allows businesses to develop relevant business strategies that may yield fruitful results. Again, you may also add to say that it is important for businesses to conduct comprehensive marketing campaigns when implementing various types of what? Of strategies. When implementing various types of strategies, it is very important for businesses to conduct comprehensive marketing campaigns. Still on that, the financial sustainability of businesses is significantly important or improved through the what? The correct application of diversification strategies. And you can as well maybe possibly say that effective implementation of diversification strategies may result in financial stability and future business prospects. So in any of these bulleting points, you can actually choose any one of them to put as a what? As a what? As a conclusion to your points, or a conclusion to what? To your essay. So you choose any of those. So in the conclusion, you can see that on the part of the essay or items that were involved in the essay, you can choose any one of them, and then you just emphasize on it in order for you to make sure that you are giving a what? A good understanding towards the essay that you have written. So you can be able to what? To get all the marks. So you can see introduction, actually it has got a maximum of 2 points, and then strategic management process, you explain it, and then you get maximum of 12 marks. And then application of Porter's five forces model, it has a maximum of what? Of 14. Actually it has got 14, and then that part alone, it gives you maximum of 13 points. I mean 32 marks. Types of diversification strategies, you see that it actually has got 12 marks, and then you identify that advantage of diversification is 8 marks. So it must also conclude and give to you that the content that you write tallies with the marks that are given. Conclusion, it is only 2 marks. So please don't overemphasize, or don't uh, go beyond or get your information to be overwhelming. Obviously, there is also layout. The layout must be giving you 2 marks, which we say the introduction, and then you are putting the party subheadings, then analysis, interpretation, synthesis, and then examples. Also, they can give you a maximum of 8 marks, and then it means that you would be able to pass your essay. You know that you need to get as many points as possible out of 40, at least. Don't get less than what? Don't get less than 30, or try to go as much as you can in order to ensure that you can get good marks at the final. So, section question number 6, it is write an essay on quality of performance in which you include the following aspects. Either you outline actually, you are specifically, you are expected to outline the difference between quality management and quality performance. Outline the difference between quality management and quality performance. And then on B, you explain how businesses can apply the PDCA model to improve the quality of their products. And then C, discuss effects of total quality management. Discuss effects of total quality management. And then still on that question, you are also supposed to explain the impact, the advice businesses on the quality indicators of the following business functions, quality indicators on the following business functions. So in terms of essays, we might also have essays which are coming on business operations and or quality of performance. That is one area. So functions that are given in this case, we have got marketing function and also administration function. But you know that business, you've got a variety of functions. So in terms of that, you can actually maybe put it through that quality management provide guidelines on how business functions should put quality systems in place in order to achieve business goals or objectives. So we can say this is a possible introduction. You can also have that as a possible introduction. Quality performance assesses the effectiveness of each business function in producing high quality products. That is a possible introduction again. Or you can have number 3, where you can talk about the PDCA model, enabling businesses to analyze each step of the model and eliminate duplication of activities. As well as number 4, effective implementation of total quality management, TQM, elements may prevent the negative consequences of financial costs caused by poor implementation of TQM. And then marketing function plays an important role in identifying game changers necessary to develop suitable turn-around strategies. So basically what I'm saying is that in an introduction, you can choose any of the parts of the essay, any of the areas or elements of the essay that you can actually put through as to say it is your introduction. So all of those, the introduction should be very short and also straight to the point. So let's go to this one second part, the difference between quality management and quality performance. The difference. So we are given this as a table form just to quickly analyze the differences. So quality management, it has got tools used to design or improve the quality of products. That is number 1. And then on number 1, in terms of quality performance, total quality performance of each department is measured against the specified standards. You understand? There are specified standards that are measured, that are used to measure total performance of each department. And then quality management can be used for accountability within each of the business functions. It can be used for accountability. That is responsibility of purpose in each business or within each business function. And then quality performance can be obtained if all departments work together. Quality performance can be obtained if all departments work together towards the same quality standards. You understand? So aims of, quality management, it actually aims to ensure that the quality of goods and services is consistent or focuses on the means to achieve consistency. Quality management focuses on the means to achieve what? Consistency, as to say, continuous ability to produce quality products. That is quality management. And then quality performance, it is quality is measured through physical products or statistical output of processes as well as surface of the users and or buyers of goods and services. So this table tries to give a, an approach towards what is to be discussed or what is to be analyzed within this essay, where you need to differentiate quality management and quality performance. So please see that when you are writing these essays, it is always recommendable that you put you put the subheadings and then the application of BTCA models or the steps. We are saying one, plan. Business should identify the problem and develop a plan to improve a plan for improvement of the processes and systems. And then in that regard of the plan answers questions such as what to do and how to do it. In the planning process, questions such as what to do and how to do it are answered. You understand? And then the plan must be logical, sequential for implementers to understand it. There must be order. There must be order for implementers to understand how the plan works in terms of the PDCA model, the plan do model. We are saying the do part now, businesses should implement the change on small scale. On the doing process, on the implementation, it must be done on a small scale and then implement the processes and systems as planned. The processes or systems can also be implemented as planned. And then we are saying during this step, the implementers aim to effectively or accurately execute the change based on the method or plan that has been identified. The step is essential in determining whether the change is viability or is good, is profitable, or how much potential that that plan has. So we are saying, we said on the second step, which is the do stage or the do stage after the plan stage, we understand that when you are doing or when you are implementing, the change must be small scale and also to avoid losses. And then planning of the system, it must be according to the plan, and then effectiveness and accuracy must always be the drivers towards the process or toward the method, which is to say that the viability and potential of the plan must always be essential in determining this is the step that must determine that. And then we're saying on the number 31, we said the check stage or analysis. Use data to analyze the results, please. Results of change. Data must be there. Determine whether it can whether it made a change or a difference and what needs to be improved in terms of the analysis or third stage, and then check whether the processes are working effectively, and also business should assess, plan, and establish if it is working, if things are going according to the plan. Businesses must establish, they must be able to plan, they must be know if they are working, if there are things or everything is working according to the plan. And then we have got the last part, the action or act. In terms of act, institutionalize the improvement. That is to say that it must be according to the organizational perspective to meet the needs of the business. Diverse the strategies on how to continually improve on the action. I'm saying there is diversification on how to continually improve, and then also If the change was successful, implement it on a wide scale. Remember on what? On the check and analysis, we also talk about that. We also understood that in terms of the action, it must be on a small scale. So when it is on a small scale, we are saying it is actually to see that it is meeting the needs of the business, and then how to continuously improve by the diversification. At the same time, business identifies how successful is it, so therefore it can be implemented on a wider scale, and then business should continuously revise the process until it gets it right. So Musa, to say that in this process, there is always a room for continuous improvement, which is provisioned by what? By revision until things are get right. So we are saying plan, do uh, analysis stage, and then we are saying uh, the other part of the question is saying analyze the impact of total quality management to a business if it is poorly impact of total quality management if it is poorly implemented. If total quality management is poorly implemented, we are saying it is actually because of certain factors. So impact of it when it is poorly implemented, we are saying one, setting it is caused by setting unrealistic deadlines that may not be achieved. Total quality management, there should be realisticness of what of the deadlines and how can they be fully achieved. Employees may not be, we are saying, if it is poorly implemented, also employees may not be adequately trained, resulting in poor quality products. And then deadline is productivity because of stoppages. Failure to meet deadline in productivity because of stoppages, because we are saying the total quality management process was not poor, was poorly implemented. Hence, deadlines in terms of productivity cannot be met because of various stoppages that are caused because of faults and problems arising. And then businesses may not be able to make necessary changes to products or services to satisfy the needs of customers because that we are saying the changes may not be made necessary because of the poor implementation of the total quality management system or management process that has been put in place. And then business reputation image may suffer obviously because of poor planning, poor implementation of this total quality management process. We are saying business reputation is put at disrepute because of poor quality, defective goods or services. Customers will have many alternatives to choose from, and then they can actually choose to those, and that could impact on impact could be very dangerous to businesses. Also, investors might withdraw their investment if there is a deadline. If there is a deadline, if there is a decline in decline in profit can result in investors pulling out or withdrawing their investment, and then decline in sales as more goods are retained by unhappy customers. When customers retain the products, we are saying there is also a decline in sales that is causing a lot of losses. Customers retains a provision for retain is also on Consumer Act. The issues to do with the morality, the happiness of customers, it is quite important. Hence, businesses may also suffer as a result of a lot of return on goods that customers might have bought. High staff turnover because of poor skills development can result from poor implementation of total quality management. Staff turnover. Musa, that when staff leave the organization, there are quite a lot of successive costs and losses that would arise on recruitment and selection, and also stoppages, and also many other associated costs that would arise because of having untrained, poor unexperienced employees who are coming into the organization, and then undocumented or uncontrollable quality controls, processes, systems could result in errors as well as deviations from the preset standards. So therefore, the set standards cannot be met because of quite a lot of deviations that will be arising. So we can as well agree to say that these are problems that would arise from poor implementation of what total quality management. And then quality indicators of businesses in marketing function. We have got quite a lot of functions in business. It can be HR, it can be accounting, it can be on public relations or whatsoever. But in regard to this, understand that the question wants you to explain quality indicators in business functions, specifically under what? Under marketing. Winning customers by satisfying their needs and building positive relationship is actually what? Quality indicator to say that customers are satisfied and then we have got a positive relationship. Adhering to ethical advertising practices when promoting products and services. That is also a quality indicator that business is adhering to ethical advertising practices and also promoting properly their goods and services. Identifying a competitive advantage in marketing function. Business must be able to identify its competitive advantage and then improve on marketing strengths, differentiating products in order to attract more customers. In terms of marketing, the primary goal is focusing or is set on what? On winning as many customers as possible, which is because of the business having a competitive edge or having an advantage by having a good market share. So therefore, business must be able to differentiate its product from its customers, I mean from its competitors, and then constantly reviewing value issues. In marketing, the value must always be reviewed in order to see that customers' expectations are consistently met. Communicating effectively with customers to get feedback. In any business, businesses must have feedback about their experience of products and sales that are being rendered. So therefore, they can be able to evaluate and see to it that areas of change, either for improvement or for closure or for actually laying off and whatever that needs to be improved on is noted and then it is worked on accordingly. And then coordinating distribution with production and advertising strategies. In terms of quality of service in marketing, there must be a proper coordination within with production and advertising strategies, as well as using pricing techniques to ensure competitive advantage. Advertising must also be done where the proper pricing techniques are taken advantage of. Identifying or determining gaps between customer expectations and actual experiences. There are also quality indicators under marketing. Businesses must be able to identify gaps between customer expectations and actual performance, which is done through what? Through evaluation. And therefore, those problems and unhappy customers may be what? May be addressed, it may be solved. Making adjustments or changes to products, services based on feedback from customers, result or marketing research. They are quite important, these points again, in terms of quality of marketing, quality in terms of quality under marketing function, and then using aggressive advertising campaign to sustain or increase the market share of the organization. Aggressive marketing campaigns, whereby to say where there is tough competition, aggressive marketing campaigns must be put in place or must be employed for the business to survive. Therefore, the conclusion can be any of these ones. I said conclusion, you don't take everything, but I'm giving or the question paper or in terms of this, we are given various options which can be used as options, which I said in terms of the conclusion, you identify the various areas which have been analyzed in the essay and then you attack and present under it. For example, in terms of quality management, which requires sound business knowledge and skills necessary to achieve economies of scale, advantages of growing big. These are economies of scale in the business. Economies of scale are quite advantageous for the expansion and growth of a business. It can also be what? On quality performance strives to implement good practice aimed at satisfying the needs of customers. It can be the quality indicators of the business of administration and marketing function can be used to evaluate the extent to which these functions contribute to the success of the business, as well as effective communication of expected quality indicators of marketing and administration function may enable employees to achieve the targets set for them or objectives. So as you can see, there are quite a lot of conclusion that must be done. And don't forget that it is only 2 marks, which is through 1 point that you identify and you emphasize on, then it is done. These are the possible essays that I brought to you, and thank you very much for tuning on. And please just look forward to part B, section B, which I said I'm going to give it to you again for you to note and understand that what is expected on section B. Thank you so much and have a good day. All the best in your